as always. I want to give all praise, honor, and glory due to Yahawah, Ba'ashem, Yahawah Shai, Ba'ashem Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders, a great millstone I root well. Peace and salutation to the Hakim that's pushing his word in truth and sincerity throughout the four corners of the earth, waking up the hopeful elect and risking their lives and freedoms to do so, definitely more so now than ever before. This is the brother Zion Amath, the GMS Detroit by Camp, and this video will be more of like a did you know type video. And I'll just read over some chapters, and the Spirit just hit me concerning a particular flower. And I'll just say that being the lily. Now, why does the Heavenly Father prefer the lily over any flower, any plant in the earth? Right? And we're gonna, do a Google and look into that. But first, let's read this. This is 2 Ezra 5, and I'm actually gonna start up a little bit for context sake. It's 23. It says, this is 2 Ezra 5 and 23, and said, O Yahawah, that bearest rule over every wood of the earth and of all the trees thereof, thou hast chosen thee only one vine, right? Which I believe will be the olive tree. It says, and of all the lands of the whole world, thou hast chosen thee one pit, that one pit being the land, all right, of Israel, all right, which is the site of the Most High. That's the Most High's focal point, if you will, and that's where he placed his people, the Israelites, which are the so-called Negroes, Blacks, and Native Americans. The people in that land are not the original inhabitants of that land. Those are Khazarians, all right? Those JOOs, those are not the people of the Lord, all right? That's why they refer to themselves as Israelis, all right? You can look that up. Israelis, right? Versus the term Israelites, right? It's two different meanings. Just a sidebar there. But reading on, it says, and of all the flowers thereof, one lily. You see that? So we're going to take a dive into the lily, right? We're going to see why the Lord likes this particular flower, right? Because what women, right, of this world, of the tribes, and the way Esau, pushes his dogma or whatever, right? It's always a big thing to get what? Roses, right? Roses is a big thing in America. And if not that, tulips, which are good flowers, and they have good properties to them as well. But it's something particular, right, concerning the lily, right, that the Heavenly Father, right, knows about. He would know better than us. So let's see. All right, we're going to the lily. All right, got it queued up. All right, lily benefits, all right? It says lilies offer a range of benefits, okay, from improving air quality. That's already a big deal in itself, right? Because what the scriptures say, the earth is defiled under the inhabitants thereof, right? Due to Esau, Edom ruling this whole earth, right? The air quality of this earth is at an all-time low, right? Especially when you go to places like China, right? And then here in the Americas, New York, right? The skyline of New York, of what it is now versus, say, 20, 30 years ago, it's a gross difference, all right? And you wonder why, people are, this is one of the reasons people have, mucus, right? Always coughing, always, having to spit up something, right? That's due to Esau polluting the earth, right? But if Esau just stopped messing with trees, right, plants, wildlife, this earth could be in a better condition. Just namely enough, you just had there's so much earth, right? You can plant fields, right? You can plant fields of lilies, right? If you want to, if you wanted to, and it wouldn't, and the earth still wouldn't be overpopulated. But guess what? It'll be a lot cleaner. You can breathe, you will have better air quality, so that's already a plus. So this, sidebar advice, it would be it would be wise, right, to, if you're not in the flowers already, to put some lilies up, around your home, even inside your home. And me, myself, just thinking back, big mama, grandmothers, they will often have, plants inside the home. You never really understood why. Well, more than likely, this was the reason. Plants, helps, put you in a better mood. Again, they act as natural air purifiers, especially the lily. All right. So reading on here, it says, from improving air quality and attracting pollinators, all right, to enhancing mood and promoting relaxation, which we all need that, right? Because what the people are all stressed out due to all this radio waves going around, Wi-Fi, 5G, microwaves, you know what I'm saying? All that, basically negative energy, right, that throws people's moods off, right? This is part of, a chief part of the reason why people are so irritable, You got all this technology working around you. Bluetooth this, Bluetooth that, The earth was never meant to be that way, Reading on, it says, specifically, they can act as natural air purifiers, removing toxins and improving indoor air quality. Additionally, their vibrant colors and fragrance can positively impact emotional well-being and create a serene atmosphere. So what I'm going to have in the kingdom. Shoot, I have a host of lilies around me. You know what I'm saying? In all my dwellings. Right? What else? It says, lilies also play a role in supporting biodiversity by attracting pollinators like bees and butterflies. Now check that out. When the last time have you seen bees or butterflies? Right? I remember growing up, that was a common thing. Every spring, summer, right? Hell, you spend time catching butterflies. You have a little net. You know what I'm saying? You running around, running through the grass or whatever, trying to catch a butterfly. You know what I'm saying? Just real wholesome, good, clean fun, if you will, right? Now, what is it? Everybody is stuck on their phone, stuck in the house watching TV, right? You're not experiencing the earth, That's what the Lord created the earth for our sakes. He created it for us to inhabit and to appreciate the Heavenly Father's creation. Right? But again, you can't do that in this society. You know what I'm saying? Because Esau, he uses time as a weapon. So you're always strapped for time. Anytime you do try to enjoy yourself, you're literally on a timer, right? Because you know what? At the end of the day, you got to get back to work. You know what I'm saying? You got to prep for the next day, this, that, and the third, right? That's okay. When this devil is put out of his misery, right? Everything's going to be set right side up, right? And the people of the Lord, the Israelites, are going to rule in righteousness, right? And govern this earth the way that it should have been ran all along, right? Let's read a little more here. It says here a more detailed look at the benefits, right? Air purification. It says lilies, particularly peace lilies, are known for their ability to absorb harmful toxins like benzene, formaldehyde, and carbon monoxide from the air. Check that out. It says this makes them excellent air purifiers, contributing to a healthier and cleaner indoor environment. Right? Reading on, it says pollinator attraction. Right? Lilies, especially oriental and blue lilies, attract bees, butterflies, and other pollinators, which are crucial for a thriving garden ecosystem. Because what pollinators, that's what help, your crops, produce. You need bees. You need like mosquitoes. Mosquitoes are nighttime pollinators, right? You need butterflies, right? You need these things. This is all part of the Heavenly Father's creation, But again, let this devil have it. He corrupts every damn thing, He turns it from good to worse, or from good to bad to worse. It says this attraction supports local biodiversity and helps ensure the reproduction of other plants. Right? Now, concerning emotional well-being, it says the vibrant colors of lilies, like those of a pink and purple lilies, can uplift mood and create a more positive and inviting environment. The soothing fragrance of white lilies can also promote relaxation and reduce anxiety. Shoot, if you're Israelite, we all need that, right? Because we're heavily stressed, right, in this captivity, right? You wonder why Jake crashed out? You know what I'm saying? It's the environment. It's a toxic environment. That's why Jake out here losing his mind, for little to nothing. Garden beauty and sustainability. It says lilies add beauty to gardens with their vibrant colors and striking vertical growth. They can also contribute to sustainable gardening by attracting pollinators and naturally spreading via bulbs. Okay. Check this out. At the bottom of 5, it says they can also be used in perfumes and traditional medicine. See that? But the Lord said He created medicines out of the earth. It says due to their fragrance and potential medicinal properties. So how about that? So the Heavenly Father is amazing. Everything the Heavenly Father has done and created was intentional, And the Heavenly Father, He knows what He's doing. That's why He's the Heavenly Father who has sway over all things. So, I'm going to just leave it there, Lord willing. This was edifying. With that, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory due to Yahawah, by Hashem, Yahawah, by Hashem, Kakodash. The honors to the apostles and elders, a great millstone that rule well. Peace and salutation to the Akim that's pushing His word and truth and sincerity throughout the four corners of the earth. Shalom.